the Crusades as against the Muslims, there's actually a lot of different crusades. There are several different crusades against the Hussites, and they agree to fight for their religion, for the Hussite religion. So war breaks out in 1419 between the Hussites and the king. There's a lot of back and forth, and we're not going to be able to go over all the details of these wars because they lasted for decades, and there's a lot of complications. When Sigismund comes to Bohemia, the nobles pay him homage, and the cities of Prague agree to tear down their fortifications and allow in the Catholics. But Sigismund was still determined to destroy the Hussites, and he had not been officially crowned king yet. So Sigismund talked with the Pope, and he gets the Pope to issue a bull that called for a crusade against the Hussites. Again, we think of the Crusades as against the Muslims. There's actually a lot of different crusades. There are several different crusades against the Hussites. This is the first. There's also crusades against people up in Poland. They were a pagan nation. The Knights Templar wanted to attack Poland, so they got the Pope to send out a crusade against them. And actually, the Poles there, they convert to Christianity, at least officially, and they are fighting the Knights Templar. Jan Žižka, he becomes one of the big generals of the Hussites, very successful general. He is up in that crusade fighting against the Knights Templar. But here is the first Hussite crusade, led by Sigismund. He gets people from all over to come and begins gathering an army to put down the Hussites. So there was a meeting on April 3rd, 1420 at the Old Town Hall. And it's a group of the councilors from Old and New Town, along with university professors and priests. And they agree to fight for their religion, for the Hussite religion. They reorganize the city's military, and actually the regent that Sigismund has appointed, because he has a lot of things to do as Holy Roman Emperor, the regent is actually a Hussite. He goes back and forth between the emperor and the Hussites, but he does publish a manifesto telling the people of Bohemia and not to submit to Sigismund, because he had not been elected king yet officially, and he was an enemy of Bohemia because he was trying to destroy the Hussite religion. So there's 4 articles of Prague that they agreed to, and this is really the foundation that the Hussites agree. There's a lot of sects of the Hussites, but they agree on the 4 articles of Prague at the doctrine they're fighting for. The first is that the word of God can be freely preached and made known by the priests. The second is that the sacrament, communion, will be administered, both bread and wine, to all Christians. The third is that the clergy should not be having secular power over riches and worldly goods. They should be following what the scriptures say in their religious role, not a political or business role. And fourth, that all mortal sins which are contrary to God's law shall be prohibited by those who have the authority to do so. Another thing about the Hussites is that they have very, especially the more radical ones, there's a Eucharist, which are they're a lot more moderate. They're very much like the Catholics. They just believe that communion can be given in 2 kinds. Versus the Taborites, where we were yesterday, they're a lot more radical. They sometimes have experiments with communism, eliminating rents, wages, private property, calling everyone brother and sister. A lot of the Hussites in the various sects use very eschatological language. Sigismund, they would call him the Great Red Dragon from Revelation. One preacher even set a date for the return of Christ. Now, a lot of this stuff wasn't in English, so I'm not sure how much they had really bad theology versus they were just using metaphors from Revelation to talk about their current situation. Some of them were definitely, saying Christ is going to return soon. Some, I'm not sure. Maybe someone with Czech can tell us. Who knows Czech and has researched this can tell us. So that's kind of an introduction to the background behind the Hussite Wars. I'm going to pick up the story of what happens to the Hussites at Viktov Hill later this afternoon.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and share it with your friends. You can also visit www.discerninghistory.com for more videos and other resources.